Hi, it's Erica.
Hi, it's Camilla. Welcome to Two Singles in a Pod. Today's episode is about dating coworkers, hooking up with coworkers, and also I just wanted to talk about a little bit of holiday dates as well. So let's get into
Get
it.
into it. Now, before we discuss all of that, I do have a little story to share with you all.
Okay.
I actually haven't told you about it. I told you a little bit about it, but not like everything because I wanted to wait for today. So I went on a blind date that I was set up on.
That just immediately makes my heart jump. I could not.
Oh no, I'm gonna tell you from beginning to end of how this
Oh my
started and how
god.
it ended.
Okay.
Okay. So I am at the gym and I'm towards the end of my workout. So I'm on the Stairmaster and I get this message from an old coworker of ours. And she's like, hey, like, let me set you up on a date, on a blind date. And I'm like, well, hello to you too. And I was like, why me? Right.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, like, I just found the perfect guy for you. He's very kind, very giving, da da da, like really like hyping him up, right? So I'm like, okay, like how bad can it be, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, am I like this guy is like type? And she's like, oh yeah, definitely, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. And I'm like, okay, cool, like I have nothing to lose, right? And so she gives him my number and she's like, okay, like I give him your number, like he'll reach out to you. Let me know how it goes. I'm like, okay, cool, right? And a few days later go by, she messages me. She's like, hey, like, have you reached out to him? Da 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 da. How's it going? And I'm like, oh no, he like hasn't texted me, but at this point it's like Wednesday, I think.
Okay,
And I'm like,
wait. When was the first when did you first text him? Like what day?
oh, I didn't. Like I had given
Or
her my number to give
oh,
to
okay.
him.
Okay, and
And
he
she
hadn't
had
hit you
messaged
up
me, I
yet.
want to say on a Saturday night.
Okay.
And then on like Wednesday, she followed up and I was like, no, like haven't heard from him. She's like, that's so weird because like I talked to him and he said he was making plans for the weekend. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know about it. I was like, I'll give him like till like end of day before I start planning out my weekend, you know? So that same day, coincidentally, he does message me. He's like, hey, it's so and so's friend. And
She
I'm like,
probably
oh,
told him. She probably was like, hit
probably.
him up.
She probably was
You're
like,
up.
you need to hurry up and text her like now.
Yeah.
But whatever, right? So like we started talking, asking them basic questions. um Eventually he's like, oh, like I would love to take you out to dinner, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh yeah, like sure, whatever. Fast forward, he plans out this date. Um, we go on, I think it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. We go out for dinner and oh, he was like, is there any foods you don't like? And I was like, no, not really. Um, and he's like, okay, like, do you want to go to the Cheesecake Factory? And I was like, sure. Like, I've never been enough times to have much of an opinion about it.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, like, okay, whatever. He's like, wow, good answer. And I was like, like, what? And he explained the whole listing. And I was like, did you listen to the podcast?
He did. He was
And he
like,
was like, no. He actually said he wasn't going to listen to it till after our date because he didn't want to, like, build up an opinion about me before, like, actually meeting me.
Sure. Okay.
So I was like, oh,
That's fair.
okay. Love that.
Yeah.
Thanks. So, anyways, we do go have dinner there. Food is great.
Mhm.
The service was incredible. The seating, though, it's like very close, very intimate to like everybody.
Yeah.
Which I personally did not like. Like, I was literally like this close to the person next to me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, whatever. But he was nice. Like I said, he was very she was right. He was very nice, very giving. He was funny. But the physical attraction just wasn't there for me. And I think that's like super important. Like I've learned the hard way. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna let this finish date and see where it goes.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do something after dinner, but I had work the next morning. So I was like, oh, like just gonna call it a night. He's like, yeah, no problem. Super respectful, like great manners, loved it. So we like leave the restaurant. He's like, oh, I have something for you. And I was like, for me? Like, what do you have for me? And he's like just like come. So like we walk over to his car. Mia, he got me roses.
That's cute. I love
He
that
got me
because that doesn't
and they were
happen.
like so pretty. Like they were like pink, but like red, like this cute little like ombre effect. And I was like,
He took the time and picked you out flowers,
he
and he literally
did.
thought about you. Like he took the time
No.
out of his day and was like, I'm gonna like make her feel special. That's rare.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Trust me.
That does not
I
happen.
know. I was like, oh my God. Thank you so much. Like they were beautiful. Was not expecting him to do that. So like obviously I was very like appreciative of it and I thanked him. And he like walked me to my car. We called it a night, whatever. He didn't try to kiss me.
Okay, I like that.
Like when he gave me a hug, he like literally gave me a hug.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, you know?
Yeah, he was respecting your boundaries though.
Yeah.
And he was being respectful towards you. I like that.
Oh my God.
That's good.
You're gonna go far.
Yeah, because like that's like something like that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not many people do that, you know what I mean? Like not too many guys are like,
yeah, no, not at all.
No.
They don't think about like any of that.
Yeah. I mean, you had a better weekend than I did. I've been sick. Before I went sick, I did go look. If you live in Las Vegas, there's a new hotel, Durango Casino. I went there, but like I went with like my family.
How exciting!
I did order a drink at the bar. So
nice.
Yeah, had an espresso martini. So bomb! It was so good. It was
Love
so
them.
good. But I mean, he's probably going to listen to this episode.
I did give him a warning.
Okay.
I did say I'm going to talk about this blind date on the podcast. So,
do you see yourself?
Hope you're okay with that.
Seeing him again?
No. So he actually texted me on, I want to say Monday. Mm-hmm. So on Sunday, I was like, okay, I think we're like on the same page, and like maybe like this just like wasn't it.
Yeah.
And then he reached out Monday and was like, basically said, hope my weekend went well.
Yeah.
And he wanted to like hang out again soon.
Okay.
And that's how I was like, okay, like I need to be honest. I need to be upfront because like it's just like the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I was honest and I told him I had a great time. He's a great person. I just didn't think the physical attraction was there. So like it wouldn't be fair for us to like waste each other's time.
Correct.
Especially like me waste his time, like lead him on type of thing.
Yeah.
And again, like he was like just super understanding about it and was just like, okay, yeah, like
he's gonna go far. He's gonna get a great woman because to me, sure. He sounds like a great guy. He just isn't the guy for you.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
There's no shame in that. Ladies, if you're just not feeling it, it's okay. Don't feel bad about it. I forgot to tell everybody to toast their drinks. I'm toasting water because I am sick and I need the hydration. And you've got wine there. I'm jealous.
Yes.
I'm really jealous. But since you want to date and we are talking about dating coworkers and hooking up, let me ask you, because you know I love to ask questions.
I know you do.
Have you dated coworkers before, or hooked up with them, or both?
Yeah.
To both? Okay.
Yes, to both. Oh God.
So, me too. I mean, me too. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I've dated both, or dated and hooked up with coworkers before.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know why. I need you to go first because I really am drawing a blank of any of them. Like, I mean, I know I've dated them and I know what they look like, but for whatever reason, I'm just like,
wow, I wish I was you. Drawing a blank.
Okay.
Okay, but like coworkers, do you mean like working under the same department coworkers or like
that's right,
working in the same building?
Okay, so because you worked in casinos a lot.
Yes.
Let's go. Oh, I don't know because I
Oh,
don't.
fuck it. Let's do
Let's
both,
do
right?
both.
Let's
Yeah,
just
because
put Erica
I was
out
gonna say
there.
let's do both because I've definitely when I've worked in casinos, I've dated somebody that worked in casino but a different department. So
Yes. Okay. Well, I've done both.
yeah.
Like me, I said, I've worked in the hotel casino industry for almost 10 years. So, and like we mentioned in the last episode or a few episodes ago, dating coworkers, it's easy. It's there, especially hooking up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
come on now.
Yeah.
Um, well, hold on. No, yeah, I did. Okay. I've hooked up with a few.
Okay.
There was one within my department, like he was actually like my coworker.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like just like super random, just like a drunken type of night, whatever.
Yeah.
Second one, my most and absolute favorite one to this day. He wasn't like a coworker,
Okay.
but he was a coworker. He was like not the same department as me,
Okay.
but he was like in another department close enough to my department.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Won't say it because then the whole world will know who I'm talking about. But yeah, that one was the best one.
Why?
Dated.
Wait, why was that the best one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. They want to know too. So you said the best one. So
It was just like, just the best. Our sexual chemistry was very intense. It was we were very compatible.
okay.
So like we understood each other very well. So we both delivered at the end of the day.
Okay.
Like 12 out of 10.
Okay, that's good.
Type of thing, And he wasn't like, how did I say? He wasn't like a whore. So he wasn't like going around hooking up with like everybody. Because you do have those people.
Yeah.
He was just like more reserved, more to himself. And I can't even tell you the way that we even started like having this thing. It was just like so random, but we actually did go on a few dates.
Okay.
And then we were just like, okay, let's just have fun, see where it goes, whatever. But it was just like we had such a good friendship, I guess, a good understanding of each other. So I think that made our sex life even better.
Okay.
It was just like, it was perfect.
That's good.
But as far as like dating, like relationship, no.
Okay.
I don't think I would. I don't even think I would hook up with someone I worked with now.
Oh, now I would never. You couldn't. No.
But before, yeah, it was like
You have
it was
to
just
learn.
easy.
You have to learn from your mistakes. That's
Yeah.
how I look at them. Sorry. To those guys, my first like ever interaction with like hooking up, because I don't even consider it hooking up because it was literally a kiss. I was 16. I worked in hotels on and off since I was 16 years old. My first job was at a New York roller coaster, because I'll just go ahead and say it because like I don't even care.
Okay.
And there's this guy who I did not like, but he had like a little crush on me. And I was just like, yeah, like kind of entertaining it, but I really didn't like him. And we were in an elevator together and he kissed me. And I was like, no. Immediately I was like, no. That was my first interaction to hooking up with somebody at work. It was a little fucking kiss, but I was just traumatized from that. So I was like, ooh.
Wait, hold on. You guys were in the elevator, just the two of you together, and he just
came,
grabbed you and
walked up to me and got in my face and kissed me. And I was like, we were the same height, so like it worked. I'm 5'3", by the way.
Oh, that's great.
I'm 5'3", and he was the same height as me, so it just like worked. It was easy. But then I was like, immediately text my best friend and was like, blank just kissed me, and he was like, what? And I was like, that's what I'm saying. And so then I noticed that I need to stop flirting with people if I'm not interested. So I learned that.
You just have such a friendly
I
personality. You could literally
know.
say hello, and a guy will think, "Oh my gosh, she's in love with
I
me."
know. It's the worst thing about me. I hate that. And it's not the case. It just if you're listening, it ain't the case. If I'm talking to you, doesn't mean I like you, but probably don't like you in that way. So you have a greater chance of me not liking you than me liking you. But after that, I think that I didn't hook up with anybody like, and that's actually after that job I started working in restaurants like on and off, and
Yeah.
I was in a relationship with somebody outside of that, so I wasn't hooking up with people at work. But once I was like in my like 23, 24, that's when shit just started changing. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with me, but I dated this guy who had no business dating, who was a total like slut, first of all. Slut. But you know, I like sluts, I guess. So it was like, hey, I don't want to say his name. I don't want to say the place I work at all because
Mm-hmm.
9 out of 10 times he probably listens, to be honest with you. So
Love the support. Thank
yeah, I
you.
know. But we dated a little bit, and then at the time my daughter's dad needed a job, so I got him a job at my job. So it was so awkward because it was like me, him, and my daughter's dad all worked there. But like me and my daughter's
God.
dad were like, well, we just are both providing for our kid. We don't care. Like you can do whatever,
Yeah.
and I'll do whatever. So like it didn't even matter.
Yeah.
But I remember that being like the first like drama-ish thing that I had going on. And that was awkward and weird. I probably should have learned from that moment on that I shouldn't date somebody I work with because like girls would be like, "Oh, I hooked up with him, blah blah blah." Like my guy I
Oh,
was dating, and I
yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay." Like I honestly didn't care, but I pretended that I
Yeah.
cared. I literally was so
Yeah.
toxic. I was like, I pretended that I cared, but I really didn't because I was like, he could date whoever he wants to because I'm dating other people too, but I'm just more slick than him. I'm just,
Damn.
I was more, good at hiding stuff. I don't know. I never considered him my boyfriend, so I never
Okay.
considered anything that I did wrong.
Yeah.
We just dated exclusively, kind of, but not really because I'm pretty sure he was like still with his kid's mother, but she just lived in a different state and he just lied about it. But I didn't care enough to even
Oh,
like question it. I was like, whatever, do whatever.
you're just trying to have a good time.
I really just didn't care. And then when I lived on the East Coast, though, sorry, I'm by a computer and the lights are just like going in and out.
No, you're good.
When I lived on the East Coast, though, I was I dated like not I mean hooked up with a few people I worked with, and I think yeah, like there was one consistently for like a good chunk of time.
Like the same
Oh
department,
yeah, we all
multiple?
worked together. Hmm.
Wow, you are brave.
I didn't literally even probably
Didn't
now I
care.
would be like get some balls. Like I don't care. I don't care probably. If I liked somebody and they knew somebody
Oh
that
my
I
god.
liked, I probably it depends. Like I wouldn't want to, I'm not always attracted to people that are friendly or know each other. I usually try to go with somebody who does not know anybody I dated before in my life. Usually.
Oh, that is so hard to do these days.
Well, I mean on the East Coast it was like super easy, but then again it's like I only knew my coworkers.
Yeah.
I didn't know anybody outside of my coworkers. Besides like there was a bar right by my job that I used to go take shots at all the time. And I knew those guys. That was like legit. But I hooked up with this boy. I had no business hooking up with him. I think I did it. I wasn't even attracted to him, to be honest with you. I just was like, hey, whatever. I horrible, horrible. But then
That
I know
that is
it's
terrible.
terrible. But then there was this boy I was like hooking up with consistently, and
Hmm.
I'm always so sorry to him. Like I would literally say his name to say sorry to him because I was such an asshole to him. I was such an asshole to him, and I'm like so close to
I
saying
feel
his
like you
name.
were just so mean.
I really was just like my friends always used to say, you know that song by Rihanna? Needed Me, my friends used
Yeah.
to legit be like, that song is your theme song. That should just be your theme
That is
song. And I was like, no, I play nicer than that. But I guess I'm not.
no, you're not.
I haven't hooked up with like a coworker since that time on the East Coast because I learned my fucking lessons. I wasn't. It
Yeah, no, that's
was
crazy.
a lot of
I think
drama.
I only did it with three. One, two. Yeah, three, and it was just like two were like kind of within the same.
Yeah.
It was the same hotel, and then the third one was different hotel. But I think I regret two of the
I
three
mean, I regret
for sure.
a lot of the things I did on the East Coast. I was a fucking monster. When I say I want to say sorry to that guy, it's because um we were toxic. We had no business like being together or doing whatever we were doing. But it's funny because we are cool now. We had no ill intentions to each other. Like we talk to each other here and there to see how each other's doing, whatever.
Yeah.
But like at the time, I was just like a monster. I literally I'm crazy, let me just tell you. So
Oh, I know.
being he was younger than me and he was being like to me
Okay.
like instead of being like, hey, I want to hook up with other people, I'm going to do that. He like did it behind my back. So I'm a tit for tat kind of girl, okay? So I'm like, oh, you don't have the balls to say it. So I got you. So
God.
before I moved back to Las Vegas, I decided to hook up with another coworker that I knew that he had to stand next to every day. So I was like, boom, gotcha. Horrible. I know.
That's like a whole different level of
Mm,
being petty.
I'm super petty. I know. But I mean, and then I was like, and then when he found out about it, I was like, oh, well, why are you mad? You can't be mad. You're not allowed to be mad. You're off doing whatever you're doing, so I was minding my business too. By the way, the boy I hooked up with, I could not fucking stand at the beginning of it all. Like when he came to work there, I was so mean to him. I didn't like him. Then one day I was like, he's kind of cute. Because he was actually like really good looking. I just didn't like him because he thought he was cute. I hate cocky guys, but I like cocky
Oh
guys.
my God.
If that makes sense. I like confident men, not cocky. Because there's that line, and he was cocky, so I
Oh,
was like,
yes.
ew, hate him. But then, I mean, whatever.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Totally. I feel so bad. It wasn't like it was. I mean, like I feel bad about it, but it's also like, do not fuck with me because if you try
Yeah.
to fuck with me, I'm gonna get you back.
You're like 10 steps
I'm
ahead.
gonna get you back. I'm hella petty, and that goes with like anything and anybody really. Like I feel like if you hurt me, if you actually hurt my heart, which a lot of people don't get that opportunity because I don't like put myself out there and give my heart to whomever, and even
Yeah.
friend wise, I will get you back. It's the last thing I do.
Yeah.
It could be like 5 years from now. I'm gonna remember that shit.
Talk about holding grudges.
That's my worst quality about myself. But like at my job right now,
Hmm.
I would never. I just wouldn't because of my age. First of all, like I've learned so much from being like from my 20s to my 30s to whatever, and I've just learned do not fuck coworkers, do not date them, don't do any of that. And I've seen just so much shit come from that. Like not just like me personally, but like I have witnessed some crazy stuff. And I want to say them, but then I'm also like the things that pop up in my head, I'm like, I know they listen. Nervous to say it, you know?
Well, you don't have to say their names.
No, and okay. So an example, this woman that I used to work with, who like I actually like really just adore and love, she was married,
Hmm.
and her husband. I've never met her husband, but he was seemed super successful man, and what he did for his job. I don't want to say his job because it also gives it away because of what his
Right.
job was. And then
Okay.
she was hooking up with a man at our job, who had a girlfriend who worked there as well.
Wait,
Yeah, so there was a couple.
what?
There was a couple that worked there, and then there was this other lady who was married to somebody else, hooking up with said dude. Yes. So
Did the couple at work know about it
the woman
eventually?
found out about it eventually, and then that's when everyone found out about their relationship because no one had any idea they were together until it came out that he was hooking up with the other girl. And then the other girl's husband, obviously she like divorced him, and now her and that guy are married with a child.
No way.
Yes. Yeah. Married with a child.
Huh.
Yeah. So I always am like, because I love her actually, like I do. But
That is crazy.
that's like the best way to get with a guy when he's with somebody else and you're with somebody else. But I mean, apparently it worked for them because they're married with a child.
Hey, they always said, don't let your boyfriend stop you from meeting your husband
I
or
mean,
something
letting
like
your
that. So
husband meet you from meeting your other husband, I guess.
don't let your husband stop you from meeting your real
There
husband.
you go. I have just
That's insane. That worked out kind of good for her, though.
didn't
Like,
work out for her, but I mean, the other lady was like,
oh, well,
I
yeah.
felt bad for the other lady during the time frame because I'm like, she has to come to work and look at these two motherfuckers, knowing that they're like, oh, we're together now. It's like, deal with it. Like,
That's sad.
how? How? I'm sorry, go my
That would,
dog.
like, literally break me. I wouldn't be able to work in that.
I would have to leave
I
and
couldn't.
quit. The first time
Yeah.
I ever was cheated on, I like literally lost my mind and I could not like work. I could not focus. It was like so traumatic. So imagine like being
Yeah.
in an environment with them both and looking at them on a daily basis. Like, oh,
Oh.
yeah.
I feel like you would have made their lives
Oh,
miserable.
I would. Absolutely. But I mean, like, she wouldn't. No, like, I probably, at that, my younger age, definitely.
No questions asked,
Yeah.
Mia. You would.
Now I would just take longer with it. It would be long. They would be more uncomfortable than I would be uncomfortable. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
They would be like, I want to quit before me quitting.
That is so crazy.
No, I just don't have I don't have the patience for people when I feel like they disrespect me. Because once you disrespect me, I will never respect you ever. So
Yeah.
I'm
No.
always gonna be like on your last nerve if you're in my life or if you have to be or if I have to be in your life,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, you want me here, this is what you're gonna get.
True.
But I'm just
But just like hooking up like at work is just so messy. Even if you're just like talking to somebody,
yeah, no.
like someone always knows about it.
Even when you think that they
And
don't,
it's just like,
even
yeah.
when you think no one is paying attention to you, there is somebody in the corner paying attention to that shit.
Oh, and you know me, I
I know.
am just peeking everywhere. Like, oh fuck it. Where we used to work,
Okay.
we usually worked weekends. Well, I worked one like weekend day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like less people were in the office, but enough people were in the office, you know?
Okay.
And I always saw a certain guy walk over to a certain girl
Okay.
and just like flirt with her. And this guy has a girlfriend. And I was like,
Okay.
okay, like maybe it's just like innocent flirting.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. Like he does this every single weekend.
Oh,
And one day I noticed that the guy's friend, who's a girl,
okay.
noticed it and she like walked over to them and was like, oh, hey, whatever your name, can you like come over here? I need help with something. So they like leave, right?
Uh-huh.
And they leave like around the corner from where I'm at, so I'm like close enough to hear what they're talking about.
Oh.
And she was like, what are you doing? He was like, what do you mean? She's like, we have a girlfriend. Like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, like I'm just like just flirting. Like, he literally said, I am
Just flirting?
flirting. And she was like, well, do you know that just flirting can get you in just a little bit of trouble? And he just laughed about it. And he was like, oh, like, don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I was like, and you see this person, and I'll tell you about who this person
Yeah,
is
I'm
after,
like, who are you talking about?
but you're gonna be like, no way. Like, you see him and you can't even think like,
Am I not gonna
oh, he
believe
would never
you?
do that.
Am I
Huh?
gonna be shocked?
I think so. Like, I was, because I didn't see him as the person who would do something like that, and or like even make a comment saying it's just flirting.
You know what? A lot of people will shock you. The people that you think are like super faithful and shit like that to their partners are sometimes like one of the people that are like the highest cheaters. So I mean, I'm not
Oh yeah,
really surprised by much.
that workplace sure shocks me quite a bit with certain people.
I
I
feel
will tell
like
you that.
there's two people that I work with that if you told me, like for sure too, that if they were cheating on their significant others, I would be like, you're lying.
Yeah,
But there's
well,
only two people I truly feel that way about. There's only two.
oh, that's really low.
Well, maybe three. I'm sorry, I wasn't like thinking about everybody, but
No, I know.
I was just thinking about like.
No, but that just proves that it's like
Well, I was thinking
such a
about
low
somebody that I work
number.
really close with. I work really close to this person. They're on like my team. I know she would never, like ever.
I think I know who
I
you're talking
look
about.
at her
Yeah,
and she
no.
has a complete glow on her face whenever she's with her man. Like I know that's her person. Like I
Yeah.
told her, I was like, I look at you and you just look happy as hell. Like that's my goal right there. She's my goal.
And you know what? I'm almost certain it is this person. But I would always compliment her in her relationship.
Yeah.
Okay, not always, but like I would give her compliments about me, like you are really like so lucky.
Yeah.
It looks like you found such a great person. Da 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 da. But like, yeah, like you said, she really does look so happy. And what I
Yes.
love the most about it is that she doesn't like talk shit about him.
Never.
Like at all.
Never.
Like she doesn't even say like, oh, he's just like so fucking annoying.
Nope.
Da 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 da. Or like she'll say that, but in a joking way.
No,
like it's never
she'll
serious.
say
Like
something.
she's never shitting on him.
If she said that he was annoying, she's like, "But I love him." And like I'm like, "Oh my god, that's so cute." Like I don't know. She just seems like that's her person. I love that, and it makes me like, like I see her, and that makes me feel like, oh, okay, there is hope out there.
Hopeful, so, yeah.
But getting back to, I don't know, my job is just so hard because I feel like we work with older people. And then we work with people that are like younger-ish, I guess. But then I feel like I don't actually pay attention to everybody at my job because we have it's like a lot of people. That's like too many. So it's like I don't pay attention to everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to.
But I don't know, maybe because I'm just so used to all the crazy shit that I've seen that if I saw it in there, I think it would get around quicker in there.
Oh yeah, like everyone talks.
Yeah. People that think that they don't talk, you know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like when I first started working at my previous job before I left where we used to work, everyone in the hotel warned me about a specific guy.
I always do that.
Like day one of training, they're like, stay away from this guy. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, why? And they would tell me like, oh, basically he's a whore. He hooks up with every girl here. Da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, cool. And yeah, they were not lying. He sure did. I was like, well, thanks for the warning, ladies.
I feel like there's a guy like that at every job. Every job I've ever had.
A guy or a girl?
Yeah. Well, you're right. One or the other. I mean, like, my last serving job, I feel like a lot of people were hooking up in there. They're actually, yeah, but I was not because I was like in a relationship and they were all like wild, younger, wild than me and stuff. And they would tell me their stories and I'm like, this person, It's just crazy.
Yeah.
But I really I like wasn't friendly with them like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they had like they were all hooking up with each other, but they didn't have like that drama. Not at work. And
that's
I
good.
liked that they didn't have that like
That is good.
that drama at work. They didn't cross that line at work, which is good. And then like with our job now, I think that would just be funny if anybody was hooking up. I would think that would be like actually funny. I think I would actually laugh. Like,
it would be,
no offense to coworkers that listen. I'm sorry, but I think it's just laughable because,
like, really?
Yeah.
Because there's not a lot of options from what I remember.
I mean, like, I don't really know who's single, who's in relationships, who talks, who doesn't talk. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, just personally, I'm not into anybody at work, and I just don't. I don't do coworkers anyways. You could look like Chris Brown in there, and I would be like, nah.
Really? You are the exception.
There is no exceptions. There's none, because at the end of the day, that shit leads to drama all day. And whether it's at work, it could be outside of work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it starts outside of work. Then it comes to work, and then you're like, so mad at this motherfucker for whatever they did, and you know, so
and then it just affects like your whole like work in general.
Yes. I don't know. I don't teams any guys at my job, but if I did, people would make it like a big deal. Like I'm interested in that person, and I would be like,
oh my, no. Yes.
Stop it.
Okay, I have a story because you said that.
Okay.
I'm just full of stories today.
I love it.
And please stop me if I've already shared this story, because I tend to do that.
Okay. To them or to me? Because
to me.
No, I mean like the audience might not have heard this story, so.
No, that's what I mean. Like if I've already said this on the podcast, please stop me.
I will.
There was a guy that started working at the office with us when we merged, into like one whole building.
Yeah.
And this guy, sorry, I'm gonna talk about you.
No, I told him to listen to our podcast too, so.
Oh, okay, perfect. Welcome.
Go ahead.
So, I first met him when we like got together under the same building because we were in separate properties. But whatever. Fast forward, I like go up to him, I introduce myself, and the reason that I did that was because this guy, his mom is my mom's like really good friend, and they work together. So I was like, okay, like, like our moms are friends, like let me go say hi, so it's not like weird or anything, or you don't think I'm a bitch. So go over there, say hey, blah blah blah. We chit chat for a little bit. Cool. Every now and then we would say hi, good morning, have a good night. Just like normal like things to say in the office, right? And I always hear stories about his mom like literally going above and beyond for my mom.
Okay.
Like making her breakfast, taking her lunch, like buying her like little gifts. Like she's just a wonderful woman. Love her. And I was like, okay, like my mom is not like that. So I was like, let me be nice. Let me be a nice one on this side,
Yeah.
And I would like try to talk to him, but then I noticed that people were like talking about it.
Yeah.
So I tried to ignore it. I was like, oh, whatever. Right? It's not a big deal. And one day, I saw that he was wearing a mask and he was sick. So like went over and I talked to him. He's like, oh yeah, like I'm not feeling well. Da 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 da. I forgot what he had. He like, let me just say a sore throat or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's like literally the worst thing to like having a sore throat, having bronchitis.
Yeah.
That just sucks. It's terrible. Especially when you're at work answering phones and like having to do 100 stuff.
Yeah.
So after I was done talking to him, I like went over and like I always had tea with me.
Yes, you gave me
I made him like a Yes. I made him I think it was a lemon ginger tea,
Okay.
and I put some honey in there, and I
You
like took it
did?
over to him, and I was like, I did. Okay. And I didn't think about it. I was just like, I don't know, like, this is what I would do if like I had a brother, like a cousin, you know, like
Yeah.
or friend, whatever. So I was like, oh look, like I
Gosh.
made you a tea, like hopefully like makes you feel
Mm.
better, like it has lemon and honey,
Yeah.
like it'll like soothe your throat. And he was like appreciative of it. Like he was
Of
like, oh my God, thank you,
course.
like that's so sweet. You
Yeah.
didn't have to do that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm just doing something nice for him.
Yep.
Well, now the whole office thinks I'm in love with him,
Yeah, of
right?
course. Of course. Yes.
Absolutely.
Of
'Cause
course.
this is what you do when you're in love. And I was like, oh my gosh, that is terrible. Like I could care less what people say about me in the
Yeah.
office, but now that they're talking about him, I'm just like, okay, I would hate to put him in that situation.
Yeah.
So I stopped being super nice and like caring. I took like 10 steps back,
Yeah.
and I only ever said hi, good morning, whatever, if I like saw him in the hallway,
Yeah.
or continued a conversation if he started one.
Okay.
Okay. Because I found out that two of his friends in the office that he works with
Mm-hmm.
was telling him like, oh, Erica likes you.
Oh my God.
She wants you. And I was like, you guys have no idea how much I want him right now.
Yeah.
Like, people can be friends. Like, I was literally just being nice.
Yeah, you can't be nice to the opposite sex. It's funny that you say this because my mom's friend, her daughter works in that office too, and I talked to her and thanks that.
No way.
I'm always like, I went up to her and was like, hey, you're, and you're daughter, blah blah blah. And yeah, so like I'm always nice to her, and like we'll talk about like random family stuff that we only know because our moms, obviously, and people always are like,
yeah.
And we're like, oh, our moms are best friends. Like,
Yeah.
But it's just funny because if she was a guy, or if I was a guy, they would definitely be like, oh, but since we're both girls,
they
they're
got
just
something going on.
They don't even acknowledge it until they see us talking about like family-ish things, and then they're like, oh,
yeah.
but they didn't even give you that opportunity to explain that. They give us
no,
that.
not at all. And like there would be times where like I would stop at his desk and just like say hi, like how he's doing and stuff.
I've never seen you do that though, but also,
oh well, thanks.
I'm not paying attention like that.
No, and we like end up talking about like football or like baseball or whatever, and just like literally innocent, casual conversations you would have with like anyone.
And you know what's funny is he was the talk for a little bit because people thought he was, or I don't know, was dating other girls in the office and stuff like that. And so that was a topic. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I was like thinking, and then I'm like, you know what? I feel like I've heard this story, but I didn't hear it from you. So that's what I was thinking.
I was probably one of those girls.
Well, no, you're not the girl from like, but I'm thinking of like the tea, and you like bringing him tea, and then people assuming that you like. I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, I have heard that, but I haven't heard it from you. So that's I'm like, wait a minute.
I was like, oh, and I got home after I found out like the whole like talk that was going on in the office, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, you are not gonna believe what I did and what came out of it. And I told her, she goes, oh my God, Erica, are you serious? And I was like, I have no reason to lie to you right now.
Were you dressed really cute that day? And I only say this because she had this like really, really, really cute outfit on at work one day. And the reason why I'm pointing this outfit out is because it was so cute that our job was like, you can't wear that to work.
I know what you're talking about.
Exactly. Was it that day? Because you looked like
pissed me off. I would get dressed like every month.
But you looked amazing that day. So I was like, was it that
Thank
day?
You.
And then you looked amazing that day, and then you bring him tea. It's like, oh, girl. That's why girls are like, she likes him.
I don't think it was that day.
Okay. So I was gonna say that is why they're definitely saying that, because you were dressed in like such a cute outfit. I
It's
mean,
crazy how it just all worked out.
I feel like there's more like guys at our job that people talk about in that kind of way
Yeah.
than there are girls. Like, I feel like they don't say that about any girls in the office, or I mean, they don't say it to me, or at least I'm not paying attention to that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that if girls do it in our office, I think that they're more slick about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I think that because they know that everyone talks, so they're not going to be openly out there talking to some guy they
Absolutely.
find attractive. No, what they're going to do is they're going to tease them
Because it's easy.
because it's easier and no one's like paying attention to you, you know?
Yeah.
Dating coworkers is a no for me.
Yeah, big no
I guess
now, too.
unless you are, Drake, then we can do it. I'm more attracted to Chris Brown, but I feel like I'm more compatible with Drake.
Oh, that's my birthday twin.
I know, that's a Scorpio and a Virgo, but Taurus and Virgos work too. So, I mean, either one, but
I'll take Chris Brown
okay.
any day.
Deal. But I just don't think that I would ever want to date somebody I work with because I know that at the end of the day, this is going to sound really shitty what I'm going to say. I don't want somebody that I know how much money they make. Like they make the same amount of money as me. I'm going to need to, I am higher. And that's one thing. And then another thing is that I don't want to work with you and look at you all day.
Okay, that's true. Yeah,
we're working
valid.
together, and then I've got to see you after work, and then I'm gonna be like, because I'm a jealous type of person sometimes. So I'm gonna be like, why were you teasing Erica all day? You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that stress on my fucking life.
Oh God,
I
yeah,
don't need
no.
that. I don't need to see who my boyfriend is texting and whatever, or teamsing or talking to at work. I don't need to see it.
Yeah,
because that's annoying. I would be annoyed. I just would.
Yeah, no, for sure. I agree. I couldn't do that.
No. I think that's a no-go. If you're taking advice from us, take the advice of do not date coworkers. I don't care how cute he is, how cute and beautiful she is. Do not do it.
Aim for a different department, if anything, but
yeah, I guess.
Still,
yeah.
don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you are working in a bigger company, absolutely. I don't mean if you're a server and he's a cook. That's not a different department. It's the same shit.
Like complete opposite. Just
like, no. But it is by the time you guys listen to this episode, I guess Christmas is already passed. So Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, everything.
Yes.
But did you guys go on any cute holidays? Did you go on any holidays? Did you go anything?
No, not yet. Hopefully soon. I did want to go ice skating really bad, but
I mean, you still have
I don't
time.
think I would.
You have time.
I have what, 2 weeks?
Yeah. I kind of went on a holiday. Kind of.
Okay.
Where'd you go? We went to Yard House and we had drinks and stuff. But if you live in Las Vegas, Town Square is like decorated, super cute.
Oh, yeah, it's so pretty.
And they have like this Christmas ball or whatever. So we like took pictures under the Christmas ball. There was like snowflakes and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I guess that was like a Christmas holiday kind of thing.
Yeah, it counts.
Okay, so I went on one. Look at that.
Look at you.
Yes, we went on one and we had drinks. I ate a little food. Met some other couple at the bar and they started talking to us. But you know what's funny is that I'm an observer of everybody, right? And the whole time I was at the bar, because we sat at the bar because we got sat at a table, but at the table, we were like this close to the other table. And I was like, I'm not sitting here with their baby, like next, and like their stroller was next to us. I was like, no. So he's like, let's just go to the bar. So we went to the bar. Yeah. And there's this group of guys at the bar, and men, women, if you guys go to the bar, be nice to the bartenders. Don't be like assuming that you need something that they have to like rush over. because that's how these group guys
Oh,
acted. And I
God.
was like, they are getting on my nerves. Like, they're killing my holiday. And they don't even know it.
Have some holiday spirit, guys.
Yes.
Let's all be nice.
I don't know. The bartender was super nice. I wish I remembered his name because I would tell you guys all to go see him because he was honestly like so
No,
great.
they're so nice.
He was so
They're so nice
great.
there.
I love Yard House.
Me too.
I do.
They have a really good happy hour too.
Yes. I love Yard House. Yard House, listen to us. We love you. Send us If you guys want any holidays, I want to hear about you guys' stories. Tell us. Also, tell us about if you dated coworkers and if you think it's a good thing. Did it work out for you guys or did it not work out for you? I'm hoping that it did, because I love sort of.
And if it didn't, we hope that you will learn something out of it.
Yeah, and found somebody better.
Usually that's how it goes.
Yeah. I just think dating coworkers is like it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's a smart choice.
It's risky, for sure. Very
Because then
risky.
when you date them, right, and then it doesn't work out, you gotta work with them after. And you have to be professional.
And that's hard.
That is hard, especially if it was not a good breakup. If it was like, or if you hooked up with somebody that you worked with and then you have to work with them and then it's awkward. Or if you cheated on your significant other, like we said in the last episode, and then you cheated on them with your coworker, and then you have to sit with your coworker, and your coworker just looking at you like you are a cheating ass bitch. I know, you know what I mean? Because they're not the cheater, you are. So
exactly.
How does that work out? If you've done that, I want to know because tell me your story. We won't tell it. We won't say your name anyway.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, because we just only air out our dirty laundry with our names on it. Everybody else's we don't say.
Exactly. We respect privacy. But
yeah.
Now seriously, share your stories with us. Any holiday date ideas that you guys have, or like Mia said, you guys went on, let us know.
Yeah.
We'd love to hear it.
We like engaging with you all. I was gonna say something else about the holidays. But I can't remember. But actually I do. So if you live in Las Vegas and you like looking at Christmas lights and hot chocolate and all of that, FOM Chocolate Factory is a great place to go because they do regular hot chocolate and they also do like an adult hot chocolate for people. You can bring your kids, everything. So it's a perfect holiday.
Yeah, it's really cute. They still do like the they have like a take pictures with Santa.
Yeah.
Like on the weekends, I want to say, something like that.
I think they have ice skating too.
Oh, nice. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, they used to. I was going to go this weekend, but I did not make it because I went to Durango Casino instead.
Love that.
But I do plan on checking it out like this upcoming weekend or the next one or something. I might go after Christmas. Yeah. It might not be as busy.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Yes. A shout out again to the people who are listening and supporting us because we really appreciate you guys. Like we really do. I thought you were gonna say something.
Did we get any? Oh no, I thought you were still talking.
No,
Did we get any new listeners?
I
know last time you were like, "Oh, someone in Australia is listening."
Yes,
I was like, "What?
I know.
That's incredible."
I have not looked. I'm sorry. I have been sick on my deathbed, so being here right now is amazing because
you sound better and you look better. So
makeup
that's always good.
Does wonders for you. It does. Makeup is good. I'm not my normal skin tone yet. Still, like I look a little crazy, but it's okay. I looked crazy last time, and I should have known then that I was sick, like feeling sick, and I just like ignored it. But it's okay.
Yeah.
But make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Thank you. It's because I'm sick, I'm like not thinking too much. Like, comment, subscribe. We're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube.
You brought the wrong. I was like, okay.
Yes, TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. If you guys love us, please leave a review and 5 stars. If you do not love us, do not leave anything. Okay?
Respectfully.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we will see you all next time. Have a good
Next
night.
time.
And happy holidays. Bye.
Happy holidays.